All right. So I'm here with Aaron and Sharon at Welcome Home Brewery. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah.
How's your day going so far?
Good so far?
Yeah. It was a brew day today, so they've been here since early this morning.
Yeah, about 7 a.m. we get started.
Oh, 7 a.m. How late does it usually go?
4 or 5, depending on if things go smoothly or not.
So what all does a brew day entail for you?
So we start with filling our kettles up with hot water, and then we add grains to the hot water, and that's what's called the mash. And that basically rests in the kettle for about 90 minutes, and that produces sugary liquid that's called wort. And then we rinse the grains and remove them from the wort and bring the wort to a boil, and we add hops to the wort, and that gives the wort its bitterness, as well as like for hoppier beers, IPAs, things like that, gives it the aroma and flavor that comes from the hops. And then we cool it down to about 70 degrees and transfer it over into a big old fermenting tank and add yeast and let the yeast do their thing for a couple weeks.
So Aaron, this is really your hobby that turned into a whole brewery. What first got you interested in brewing?
I actually had a buddy who was doing some home brewing, and one day he just invited us over and he said, hey, you guys want to come and drink some beers and see what the home brewing is all about? And it kind of snowballed for me from there. I got really into it really fast and bought hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of homebrew equipment, and eventually, probably about 4 or 5 years after I started brewing on my own, we kind of started talking about doing this and making it from a hobby into a business.
Which the good news is my kitchen's not destroyed all the time.
So now here we are. We have this beautiful place together.
Yep.
So I'm a bit of an amateur home brewer myself, definitely not doing as much as you are here. I know I have a 5-gallon carboy. How many gallons of alcohol do you say you make a week?
So one brew batch is 6 barrels, which is, put me on the spot doing math here, just under 200 gallons.
Oh, so, every week?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's every week we're making enough to fill up one of these big 6-barrel tanks here and doing it that way.
That's pretty cool. So as soon as I walked in, I saw that this is very much like a community house. You've got all kinds of mismatched furniture, which I love. Sharon was telling me you found most of it on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, we did this on a budget.
On a budget, I like it.
So I knew early on that I wanted it to look different than a lot of the other breweries. I wanted it to have a more welcoming feel, a more homey feel, someplace where you felt like you were drinking beer in your own living room or in your friend's living room. So to me, that meant the fireplace, that meant the piano, that meant furniture like you had growing up in your mom's house or your grandma's house.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. I was telling you before, I saw a few pieces of furniture that I'm pretty sure came straight from my grandmother's house. So I don't know if you just went over there and grabbed it from her or what, but I like it. It looks very
Yeah, we get that a lot. So it's nice that people have those memories, though, when they come in here.
With that, you must have built up quite a community here. Do you have a bunch of regulars that will come by, just a good, strong, almost family at this point?
We have a fantastic community, and our staff are all like family to us. We have 6 bartenders now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6 bartenders. We're all like a little family. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody hangs out with everybody. And then the hardest,
like brothers and sisters.
And then the hardest part about the current situation now is that we don't get to see our regulars anymore. So they come in and they buy beer to go, but it's not the same as sitting down and having a conversation and a pint with them. So that's been the hardest thing for all of us, I think, is not being able to see them and hang out with all of them. On Friday afternoon, we always had the same crowd. They were all lined up on the bar back there, and they would hang out for a couple of hours before they went on about their weekend. And so it's been hard, but yes, they've been very supportive, and we've built a great community with all of them.
That's awesome to hear. Probably it's the old kind of cheers philosophy.
Yes.
It's like you got home, it's over at the bar, and you just got your friends and family there.
Yep.
So how long have y'all been open at this location?
We opened in October of 2018, so just about a little over a year and a half now.
And what made you choose Parker as a place to plant your roots?
It was a combination of things. We were working with a commercial realtor, looking at some different areas. We actually we live in Aurora, so we were originally looking at the Southlands area in southeast Aurora. And when we got hooked up with a commercial realtor, realized, for one, that area was probably going to be out of our price range, but there was also some other folks who already had a plan to open a brewery in that area. So, not wanting to go in so close and so directly competitive, they kind of directed us down here to Parker, and specifically to this location. The buildings here were all brand new buildings, so it gave us the ability to kind of go from the ground up and do some of the things that we needed to do as far as, especially on the brewery side, having trench drain in the floor for water and liquid and things to drain out easily. All the electrical that we needed for the brew house equipment, everything we could kind of bring in from the ground up. So that was nice.
It's about as custom made as can get.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah. And of course, one thing, I wouldn't say it was a major selling point at the time, but one thing we've definitely grown to love is the Parker community.
Mm-hmm.
We have a great, like Sharon was saying, great loyal following of local folks that have become, our close friends, not just our patrons.
Yep.
Oh, I love Parker. My wife is born and raised in Parker. I've been in Parker for quite a while. I love it over here.
They're really good about supporting their local business, supporting small business, and we felt that from the very beginning. So our opening day was crazy.
Madness.
So we've definitely felt the support all the way through. And now, more than ever, really, they've really made an effort to make sure that we survive this, and then they do what they can do to help.
That's awesome. That's why we love Parker.
Yep.
Well, Aaron, you take care of most of the brewing. Sharon, what's your role here?
I'm, I guess you'd call me the tap room manager. So I do all the event planning. I manage all the bartenders. I do a little bit of the accounting. I do marketing, social media, just anything.
You're kind of a Jill of all trades.
People have to wear 20 hats.
Yep, exactly.
Well, we already talked a little bit about how you're adapting to the pandemic, but do you mind telling us more about how people can continue to support you?
Just keep coming. When we get ready to open, by all means, if you feel safe and comfortable, we're going to do our best to make sure everybody feels that way. So come support us, come sit, come have a pint. If you don't feel comfortable, we'll still be doing our to-go beers, our delivery, our curbside pickup, all of those things. So please just keep on coming and keep doing those things that you do.
Well, I've got to ask, what is your favorite drink here?
Oh, mine changes from time to time. Right now, the white IPA is my favorite. But that's because it might have been my recipe. So Aaron helped me make that recipe because I decided I needed a white IPA and I wanted to do something different. So he helped me build a recipe and then they brewed it for me. And it's delicious.
What about you, Aaron? What's your favorite drink?
My go-to is the one I've got right here, the Parker Sunset. It's a well-balanced golden ale. Not too dark, not too hoppy, just right down the middle.
That's a beautiful ale. All these the clarity on them is fantastic. Again, I'm only an amateur brewer, but I can appreciate how difficult it is to get a nice, clear brew.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's we've learned so much since day one, for sure. So, and he's killing it now, I think. I might be a little partial, but.
I love it. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, it's hard nowadays to pick what I'm going to drink from day to day. So.
Well, thank you so much for letting me talk with you guys. How can we learn more about you? Do you have a website, Facebook, anywhere else?
Our website is, we actually just changed websites, so it's welcomehomebreweryco.com. And then our Facebook page is where you're going to find all of our events. That's pretty much how we communicate. We have an Instagram, Welcome Home Brewery. So you can find us on all three platforms.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to meet you two, and I look forward to being back soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
We
thank you.
appreciate your time.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.